Morning, Sam.
Good morning.
Morning, mate.
How's things?
Yeah, right, you?
Yeah, not so bad. Can't get this to work on my laptop for some reason, so I have to watch on my phone.
You can't get it to work on your laptop.
Yeah, sound just doesn't come through on Discord. I'm not too sure why. It's been for a while.
Oh, that's annoying. Oh, crazy this stuff over in fucking Iran, isn't it? Israel.
Ridiculous, isn't it?
If you look at as well, what's been really interesting, get rid of these days of the week. Cancel. You've got the dollar obviously really bullish, and you've got the gold moving bullish, which just they've just become safe havens in these points, don't they? I quite like
I think gold overtaking euro, on it.
Pardon?
I think gold overtaking euro.
In terms of
the second most safe haven currency. Second most safe haven.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. Most prop firms find that most people trade gold over everything else. I'll definitely be looking at some logs from here. Ultimately, it's definitely worth considering long here.
I missed one on euro this morning. I wasn't too keen. It was too early.
Depends on whether we're going to get a drop on the dollar, really, doesn't it? I think I'll definitely be looking at a short. I just need a bit of structure. If I can get some structure to come in, then.
It's been a mad week this week.
Yeah, yesterday I'm really upset I missed yesterday. That move yesterday was just.
I hesitated. I don't know why.
Pardon?
I hesitated on it. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Perfect, wasn't it?
Yeah, everything was really, really clean. Lovely sweep, nice push down, imbalance, MSU, engulfing. Yeah, it's literally perfect. I think it looks better. I think it looks best on the 3 minute potentially, or was it the 1 minute? Oh, might be the 1. Yeah, 1 minute. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, 1 minute down here, like that.
Thing story this morning, did that 600k draw people in?
The what?
The 600k funding. On your Instagram story. Draw people into your masterclass.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we got about 20 or so at the moment, which is amazing. Yeah, really, really happy with that. And yeah, I've specifically targeted the UK this time, so hopefully we'll get a few more people from the UK, which would be nice. And I've got to start putting together the 2025 mentorship, haven't I? That's my next big project. That's my next big project. So yeah, I think it's good, to be fair. It's good for us to be able to put in some updates and stuff, because there have been changes since the start of the year. Definitely been changes. Do me a favour, Sam. Can you have a look on the? I just put in Discord a link to the trading stream, the YouTube version. Can you just hop off Discord and click on the YouTube one and just see what it looks like?
Yeah.
Right?
2 seconds. I can do that on my laptop. Have a look.
Can you? Okay, yeah. Just see how it looks. I won't be able to hear you, obviously, but you can chat, I think. Whilst you're doing that, let's update some charts and do a bit of an analysis. Let me just get Loom up, sorry.
Yeah, so that just looks the same as Discord.
Same as it.
Yeah.
Perfect. Why is this not working?
Do we record this or is it just for the morning?
Well, I think what will ultimately happen is that this will what's the word I'm looking for? Oh god, I'm so tired today. I think what will ultimately happen is this will become then a stream that you can go and watch back specifically on YouTube. So yeah, just trying to get my webcam off so I can record on my Loom, but it's not letting me. I don't like it at all. I'll close that because I'm not actually using the webcam. Why is that not working?
That Lynn is smashing it this week.
Say again.
His name is. That Lynn, that's our new, most recent guy. He's smashing it this week.
Oh yeah, Lenny. Yeah, he's really hungry for it. I think he's pretty free during the day. I think that's why he's he's able to be so present, which is great. I love it. I love it. I want more members like that. Ultimately.
And that's what my success was down to last week.
Yeah.
Because I was off all week. I could just fit the laptop when needed.
Yeah.
It makes it so much easier.
It does, yeah. It's just you just got you got to treat it like a job, and you just got to turn up every day. And that's not just looking at the charts. It's everything about it, isn't it? Right, let's do some analysis. I think I've only got 5. Oh, hang on, 2 seconds. God, I'll tell you what, the amount of things you need to pay for a subscription for these days.
Nothing's free, really, is it?
No. Right, so I want to pay for upgrade, and then right, done. Right, let's have a look and do some DXY analysis. Recording limit is now gone. That's good. Okay. Right, so let's just start with our standard update. So, oh god. Let's have a look at some of these. So where are we right now? So we've taken out the weekly high. So let's mark that on. Weekly high gone. Dead weekly. And then we've got daily high up here, which I think would be quite a good target for today, to be fair. I don't think, I'll be honest, I don't think we're going to get too much of a pullback, I'll be honest. I feel like with what's going on, obviously, across in Iran, I think the dollar's just going to keep climbing. Don't know. We'll see. Bullish day yesterday, obviously. Let's have a look at what we got on the 4 hour. Yeah, not the best of structures on the 4 hour. The thing is, when prices are high like this, it does make it difficult for us to get involved with trades. So what am I ultimately looking for? So I need to see some sort of pullback sweep ideally. It's just so high, isn't it? It's just so high to be buying from, but the buy does feel like the right direction. Although overall structure, we are still quite bearish. We have taken external liquidity here with that weekly. It depends. I think again, it's going to need some development. I'm happy to be a little bit sooner at the charts today. Let's have a look where our open is today. Oh, excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 3. Okay, cool. So that's our open candle. That's our daily open. Oh, daily open. Oh, do you know what? The sell could be alright, you know. Just a little bit messy, isn't it? Look at all these candles. Yeah, so I think logically now it does make sense to go short on the dollar, even though I think overall it could still be quite bullish, and I don't know where we're going to pull back to. That's the thing. Taking out a little bit of liquidity on the 4 hour as well, but there's not really been any kind of bearish structure just yet. We have had that one initial push. We have had the first push or the first break, but we haven't yet had either a liquidity raid of the daily level, which I think would be a good target, or any further bearish confirmation. So right now, the momentum of this market specifically is bullish, and I'm not in a rush to just sell because I feel like it could sell. I think this is where historically I've lost money and lots of traders have lost money when we're predicting what's happening. Right now, just looking at this structure as it is, it's bullish structure, quite high. You know, this is the range that we're currently sat in. So we're sat in this range right now, and we're in the premium range of we're in the premium section of a bullish range. So I'd be shorting this on the basis that we've just swept Asia, and it kind of needs to be, this section of price needs to be down here. That's what I'd kind of like to see, because then I could wait for the sweep of Asia and then I could buy back up. The fact that we're getting this sort of price action this high, it does make it difficult to trade, definitely. Let's have a look at what we've got the daily. So weekly level gone again. Let's go with that. Dead weekly. And we've got another dead weekly there as well. So we've got a couple of dead weekly levels, which is good. They're gone. 4 hour. Tidy these up a little bit. We're well below the weekly open, so we could see. I quite like the look of EU at the moment. I quite like the positioning of EU for longs, and I do feel like the structure does look better than the dollar, even though it's very, very similar. It looks much more like it's swept liquidity and it's setting up to go long, whereas this, it just, don't know. It's not giving me a good feeling, and I always wonder about that. Got loads of liquidity built up as well. Like, especially here, we're going to have loads of liquidity. Like, think about all the people that have been selling from here and selling from here. You know, here, this is a real key liquidity point up here. What is that? Is that a daily? Yeah. So that daily level there, that's going to be a really key area today, because there's going to be loads and loads of stops up there. So that's definitely an area that I feel like price is hungry for. I wish EU had come down and swept some of that out. Because if it had, we'd have a brilliant setup now. If we'd swept some of that low, we'd definitely be into something. But I'm kind of waiting for some sort of direction. So two things are going to happen. This is going to push like that. That's one, and that could give us an option. Or it's going to sweep this and then pull down, push down. Which either one would be fine. I'll be comfortable short in EU, to be fair, compared to the dollar, which is kind of, you've got liquidity quite nearby. There's a lot of room to move on the dollar before. What is that level there? A weekly level. Yeah, so we've got a weekly level down there as well. Weekly, let's have a look at our open today. Where are we? Here, 5 o'clock. What's that candle there? Bit of a boring open today. Daily open. Yeah, and this, I'll tell you what, I'd be more inclined to short if Asia had already taken that liquidity above here. If we'd had some liquidity taken above this level, then I'd definitely be more inclined to take a short right now. But because it hasn't done that, I just feel like we've got lots of liquidity sat in lots of different places. We've got this range here, which is our 15-minute range. So that needs to be considered. And we are now, at the moment, technically, we are just kind of stuck in the middle of this zone. So it's in a bit of a difficult position. I'll set an alert on the high of Asia, and I'll set another alert down here. But I need some sort of liquidity to really give me a clear indication of where to go next. What day is it today? Tuesday, isn't it?
Wednesday.
Is it Wednesday? Oh god, yeah. USD, dollar, USD, dollar.
I just need to shoot off for 5 minutes. I'll be back in a sec.
That's all right. All right, Anton.
Hello, mate. You alright?
Yeah, good. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Just a bit tired. Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm knackered. All right, Chrissy. Chris is on the live. Chrissy. Right. Let me just get rid of that window. So that's EU and GU will be the same. The thing is, I quite like the idea of a bullish push from here, especially on GU. GU looks really nice. So look at GJ, see what we've got over here. Okay, so bearish candle inside with buy side sweep. Let's mark on some liquidity. We've got daily level here, and we got daily level here. 4-hour range is currently there. We're in a bearish range right now as well. nothing's in a great position at the moment, is it? Same sort of analysis on GJ really. If we can get a sweep of that high, because it's not taking out any liquidity, so I need it to kind of generate its own liquidity, and a sweep of that low, I'll be happy with that all day long. We have had quite a nice bearish push, but we are, as you can see, quite heavily bullish. So have we just taken out all the liquidity that we need to take out to now fuel prices higher? Because as the people who have been buying up here, all of this liquidity would have been moving up. So stops will be raised, stops will be raised, stops will be raised, break even, break even, break even. We've then had this big old move down, which has clearly taken out all the liquidity below here. See if that was a significant level of any kind. Yeah, so it was a daily level. There. So it's taken all that liquidity of that daily. Yeah, it's taken that liquidity of the daily and it's rejected quite well, so this could be another area, excuse me. This could be another area that we could be looking at going long from as well. Just annoying we missed out on that EU trade yesterday. Daily open. Right, let's have a look at the DAX, which hopefully is in a better position. So, previous week was bullish, I think. Then we had a nice bearish move last couple of days. Looks like we've had actually. Let's have a look at the 4 hour time frame. Okay, so the 4 hours is a little bit more interesting. We have just swept those 4 hour lows as well. So does that then fuel a move up? Potentially. And we've taken out the Asia low, thinking about it. I wonder if we can get a trade out of that. I wonder if we can get a trade out of this area here. Let's see if we can get a setup from there maybe. I think we might have a trade here. So we've swept liquidity to the left, had a nice bullish push, come back down, taken more liquidity, and then we've had another bullish push. We've come back down, we've taken Asia's liquidity, and we've started pushing again. I think we might have a trade here. And then does it mean therefore that tell you what, let's have a look, let's see what USDJ is doing. And the dollar's really bullish as well. So the dollar's bullish.
I might have something similar on USDJPY this morning.
What, looking at a long?
Yeah. Swept the Asia low, then swept a low just to the left of it as well. Like the range come back out to discount. So just waiting for the in between now, really.
I mean, we've had a news push, haven't we? We've had a news push, that meaning that price is only down here because of the news. So logically, then, let's see if we can get a trade out of this. I think we can. I think, what do we have? We've got most of the elements that we need. I just need a bit of a deeper retracement now, really. Let's see what we can get, because I don't really want to take GJ with like a 54 pip stop. It's not ideal, is it? First liquidity target would be, say, the news trap from Tuesday. We mark that on as our trap. Yeah, 1.5. I'm not into that at all. So I need at least something like that. 2.8 would be nice. And then final target could be up there at 6. Let's see if we can get a pullback. If we can get a pullback here, I think we could be onto something. Right, let's have a look at the Germany 40. Obviously nice and bullish. We have had, again, a couple of bearish candles. We've actually had a bit of a reversal on the medium time frame. Daily level there, daily level here. And let's mark on our daily open. Which will be 5 AM there. Daily open, below the daily open as well, which is good. Again, it's just really wacky price action. Had a bit more of a change in direction on this one. A bit more of that kind of that arcing motion that we like. You know, we'd quite like it when this happens. Ultimately, it's just quite steep, isn't it? But again, a news move. We've got a news move and therefore potentially a trap up here. And we've taken liquidity to the left. We've created bullish structure, multiple bullish structures as well. No real kind of sell side liquidity taken at the moment. I think GJ is my preferred trade right now. Still within this danger zone as well, so if we have a look at the dead zone, we're not in the best of areas, so I need a really clean setup. Unlike GJ, which is, you know, nice and low, I need a bit of a cleaner setup to get into this. But 8 o'clock's coming in now, so should get a volume, nice injection of liquidity, so we'll see if we can catch something like that. Gold, obviously I'm long on. We've come down into 50% of the range. Previous day's candle was bullish, which is good. Got liquidity sat below there, but I doubt we're going to come down that low. I think we're just going to keep climbing on gold now. Daily high here, daily low there. I don't know how flat the bottom is, but it has previous, you know, the previous candle, 4-hour candle took liquidity and then it pushed. See, gold could be a good buy. Let's see what this 8 o'clock influx does. think we're going to get the pullback now. That's a shame. Yeah, I think that was the trade that we wanted to take, and it's come without us, sadly. What was that rejected off? Is that little block there? I mean, it's risky. We could take something like that. If we take something like that, and it comes back down to our entry, we can always take a second entry, can't we? Because we've still got a good couple of hours on it. Yeah, I think with how much volume is coming into this, I'm going to take a little position on it. I'm just going to take a half position for now. What have we got? 36 pip stop. GJ 36. Chart 0.2. Let's go. Right, I'm in this one now. 190,937, 190,933. I'll trade this quite tight just because of the entry being a bit wacky. Oh, hello. Yeah, I think that's going to climb today, just because it's in the best position out of all of them. I think that's going to climb, and therefore we should have a nice target up there.
I'll be waiting for USD JPY to come a little bit lower.
You waiting for it to pull back, are you?
Yeah. I was keen on that 1 minute candle then, but it's just pulled back off it.
Which one?
The 1 minute candle at 8 o'clock on USD JPY. Just literally whipped it. I think I might wait for the low to be taken on that candle.
Which candle are you talking about?
Literally 8 AM on the 1 minute. Left a bit, pushed up, bit of imbalance, and then pulled back below.
Yeah, I see it. Yeah, USD JPY looks like the trade was here ultimately, doesn't it?
Yeah.
That was the kind of place to get in. And it's similar with GJ, to be fair. GJ took liquidity. It hasn't really given us much of a deep pullback. I think this is just going to keep climbing from here. I don't think it is going to pull back. I think we're just going to keep moving up. I think we're quite low in the range compared to the other pairs. We've taken out quite a lot of liquidity and we've started building up this bullish pressure. So I think it's just going to keep climbing now. And that lines up with GU as well. And with the fact that the dollar's kind of congested, I think what's happening at the moment is that the pound is just particularly strong. I think that's why we're getting this move. I think, let's see if we have any news today. No, nothing special. Yeah, nothing special. Let's see anyway. Let's see if we can get this to hold. I still think EU long's a good shout as well. Just where we get in. You could take a risk entry now. There's definitely a risk entry there. Super liquidity, pullback, Asia sweep. So you'd be looking like that. Or maybe like that. Trade up to those highs. There's loads of room for movement, isn't there? Oh, I'm going to take a small entry on that as well. And then if I can get some bullish confluence with it. If I can get some bullish confluences with it, then I'll add in another position. I just think we're taking so much liquidity out down here now that it makes sense to have a bullish push at least to these daily highs from the previous day. So that's where all the liquidity sat right now. That's going to be a really good target for price. Same as on GJ, above that trap especially, but above here we've got loads of liquidity sat there. So let's just see what we can get out of these. It's like the same structure in almost every pair, isn't it? At the moment. It's that kind of like that bearish flag shape, bearish flag, bearish flag, bearish flag. Right, let's get some movement now. Oh, below the daily open, good. We can get DXY breaking some of this structure to the downside, and I'll be happy. Alright, let's keep an eye on these then. See where they go from here. see how these bits play out then. Nice big push on GU. It's good for this.
Just don't like them equal lows on USD JPY on the 5 minute.
What equal lows?
So similar to where you've taken the GBP JPY trade, see the equal lows there on the left hand side. Just below that big candle, sort of diagonal on yours, to be honest with you.
Yeah. So I don't see equal lows. I see liquidity being taken.
Yeah. It's a little bit higher up than that, like there, where it's sort of consolidating at the top.
Oh, in there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just
I
want
see what
that
you
to be
mean.
strapped all long.
I mean, you could just take it with.
It's like a
Yeah.
30 pips got lost, I think.
That's a tricky one, that one, isn't it?
Yeah, I think I might leave it, to be honest.
Especially with because I think the dollar's coming short.
So that'd make that come down, wouldn't it?
See, GJ, I think we're going to climb on. So I think, with news moves, one thing you've got to always remind yourself of is this. Right, when you have, what are we looking at? GJ. When you have moves like this, which are created solely by news events effectively, what they do is they put price lower than it should be. So it's like this section of price right now should be up here, but the news has just shifted it down because it's injected a load of liquidity. The target for GJ is still to keep climbing, in my opinion. It's still to keep climbing. All the news has done is basically taken this. My tool gone. Where the hell's that gone? Hang on. Buttons. Where's that gone? Yeah, it's taken this and it's just moved it down.
Yeah.
So I try and always visualize that. Being alright, this section of price now is lower than it effectively should be. And the aim is still for it to climb. So whilst I think this is being influenced more so by how strong pound is, because the dollar, as you can see, isn't really moving today. And in fact, the pound long was probably the better trade opposed to the Euro USD long.
Yeah.
I'll probably take my stop off that pretty soon, to be fair, as in go either break even or half stop pretty soon, just because of how slow this is. But I think you've got the perfect storm. You've got a really strong pound against a dollar that's not really doing much, and then you've also got the yen, which is clearly weak, which is causing this to push higher despite the dollar being a little bit short. Does that make sense? So I think you've got kind of the perfect storm here, which is why this is able to move. That being said, it's all a little bit, it's not the clearest of markets right now. I am going to be honest, it's not the clearest of markets. I'm nearly at a target that I'm happy with on both these trades anyway, so I might, just so we don't end up getting any necessary losses, I might see what happens. Oh, see, we're at Asia now as well, which is not great. If I can get into this trap, I can take off, yeah, I can take off most of my profit there. And then I just need euro to climb a little bit more. That would be perfect if it could. GJ and G have just taken the Asia high, which is definitely worth paying attention to. What we've done there. Right, euro's climbing now, which is good. As soon as I tag 1%, which I will be at in a little bit, then I can take a little bit off these. I think once we get above there, I can take a little bit off, and then I don't have to stress about it. Yeah, GJ's climbing nicely, which is good. USD's pulled back a little bit. If Euro USD can sweep the Asia high, we might potentially even get a short set up from here. Because we have to see how it does it. No, that's not what we want. Yeah, I've gone break even on those trades now. Just in case they pull back on us. I knew they were risky positions, even when I took them. So I'm happy if we get a break even on them. Like I said, price is just in a bit of a rubbish position really. It's not the best on either one. Matt's probably going to end up break even, which is fine. We really need some sort of break here, some sort of push here in some kind. You never know, GJ might hold still. Yeah, so EU break even. Which is cool. Alright, we knew it was a tight position. We said we were going to manage it tight. We've managed that in the right way. We seem like we're getting a bit of a bit of momentum in now, which is good. As I said earlier, Sam, you know, with what's going on at the moment, you know, look at the fundamentals. You know, we could be looking at higher prices on the dollar ultimately. Quite like the idea of gold long, to be fair. I mean, that 50% as well. What does that give us down to here? We get first target off there at 2. Second target off there at 3. And we're in the 50% with gold as well. See if we can get something off gold. 974. Yeah, I think gold will climb from here. If we don't get a position from here, we will get one from further down. But gold, as we've discussed so many times, it has a habit of not really retracing that deeply when it's really trending. So I think we could be on track today for another all-time high. If this can hold as well, it's not the greatest, to be fair. It's taken Asia and it's starting to reject EU as well. I think yesterday was the day, wasn't it? Yesterday was the trade of the week, but certainly so far. If we can get this to hold a little bit, at least. If I get a break even, I get a break even, it is what it is.
I need to shoot, fellas, and do some work. Take it easy.
All right, mate. See you soon.
Bye.
Well, we'll keep an eye on these throughout the day. Let's pop this in the Telegram group. Set an alert above here. hopefully we can get some bullish structure on GJ still. This I still think EU could play out. I think we've just pulled a little bit deeper. I think that's all that was. If I can start seeing some structure come in on the DXY, if I can start seeing some breaks, potentially we could have something else on here, excuse me. In the meantime, if we can get something off GJ and gold can play ball, obviously gold moves quite a lot in New York as well, so we might need to wait until New York comes in. Oh, hello. All right, Lewis. Yeah, so let's keep an eye on these. I'll keep you updated in the chat, guys. I've got to go and do some designing bits and bobs now. So yeah, hope you have a good day, guys. Cheers for tuning in, and I will see you on the lives tomorrow and in the chat.